Hey, straight ahead in sports, the Warriors say hello to a not-so-old friend. Big love for a big man. And somehow, I gotta match the energy of this guy.
What an exciting Saturday.
Arguably the Bay Area's youngest sportscaster in 10 minutes. NBA up top, and it says Warriors, Cavaliers up on the marquee. Two underlying stories, though. No LeBron James, out with the injury, and Dubs former coach Mark Jackson back at Oracle for the first time since being fired last May. He'll have his network headset on analyzing the game. Jackson was let go despite leading Golden State to their first 50-win season in 2 decades because, Ken, I know you've heard this before, coach couldn't get along with management.
It happens.
Yeah, it's real popular around here these days. Hey, many wondering what kind of reception he was going to get before the game tonight. A question posed at practice.
I'm not really worried about all the sideshows, to be honest. You know, I think our fans will obviously are aware of the success that he brought to the franchise the last couple of years. So I don't think people are adverse to that, and they'll probably give him a standing ovation.
I'm sure there'll be some weird feelings with Mark. The biggest thing is we want to welcome him. He did a lot of great things for this team. He's got a lot of strong relationships with people on our roster and the organization. So I want Mark to come in here and enjoy himself and visit with old friends, and it should be a good night for everybody.
Yeah, that game at 7:30. Football, if it can't be Canton, Ohio for pro football, getting the call to the College Football Hall of Fame is a pretty good second. 17 named for the 2015 class, including former Washington Husky tackle and current KPIX5 fifth quarter post-game show analyst Lincoln Kennedy. Congratulations, Link. 49er offensive coordinator Greg Roman will reportedly interview with Buffalo for their head coaching vacancy. Roman, who many believe will not return to the 49ers, has already been reported to have interviewed for the offensive coordinator opens at Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. A reminder, Monday, a college football national champion will be crowned. Yeah, I've heard what Kirk Herbstreit has had to say. I've heard a lot from a lot of college football insiders all season. Then I met this guy. Let's take it to Marin County. Every day, Jack Doxey strolls into his office, clicks on his laptop, hits the web, looks over multiple sports sites, combing for information. You see, this 13-year-old Marin County resident has a show to prepare for, wisely called The Doc Spot.
I'm Jack Doxey. What an exciting Saturday, or really the whole weekend in college football. I think Vic Beasley, man, he's a beast. He's a defensive end. He can move outside.
Could be called a college football savant. This 7th grader has got an early jump into the sports broadcasting biz.
I've always had the idea of becoming a sports broadcaster in my mind, and so I felt like, it might be a good start for me. So that's probably the main reason why I started the Doc Spot.
Jameis Winston needs to make good decisions. He's had interception problems.
Jim Harbaugh to Michigan.
They only have 6 commits in this recruiting class, and that is the worst of any Power 5 school anyway. They lose Devin Funchess, the top wide receiver. They lose Devin Gardner, the starting quarterback. So maybe, I think they go to a bowl game. Jim Harbaugh, we saw what he did, turning the 49ers from a mediocre team into a team that went to the NFC Championship the next year.
Absolutely. Let's just look ahead to Monday night's national championship game. Oregon, no surprise that they're in it. Ohio State, maybe a surprise to some that they knocked off Alabama. What's your take on this game?
Well, these two teams are so red hot, and Ohio State has impressed everyone, including me. I think the run game, and again, just continue to convert on 3rd downs, continue to plow the ball up the middle, maybe have some play action, factor in the read option. It's going to be very tough to stop Ohio State on Monday night.
Good takes. Well said. You're one of us now, huh?
All right.
The guy's amazing.
Wow.
Jack, stop, man! You're making us look bad.
Sign him up.
I've done everything that I've wanted to do here in this business since the 10th grade. That's what I want.
Sure.
This guy's got a 3-year jump on it.
Yeah.
In 7th grade.
Yeah, I like his delivery. He's going to go a long way.
Man.
Kid, call me. We'll work something out. We'll see you at 11.
Straight ahead in sports, 49ers brass meets the press.
Thanks for the lesson, Lowell.
Harbaugh to Michigan. Go blue. And Frank Gore's new job, delivery man. And that's just for starters. See you in 10 minutes. Football up top, he has arrived. Jim Harbaugh has officially accepted the job to be the head of Michigan football. The announcement to be made at 9 a.m. Pacific time from Ann Arbor. Now, this picture was taken a short time ago at Detroit Airport in his signature khaki dad pants. Hey, what's wrong with this picture here? Hey, Detroit Free Press, wrong Harbaugh. They used to picture a brother John on the front page. That's Nightbeat topic right there. They use his John on the front page when referring to the new boss of the maize and blue. 49ers CEO Jed York had not spoken publicly about his team since he hit send on that infamous tweet on Thanksgiving. And today, he tried to explain the Niners' Harbaugh divorce.
We've had philosophical discussions, and when we sat down, we just couldn't come to a place where we thought moving together was the best for either party. This wasn't us saying, Jim, you're fired, you're not here anymore. This wasn't Jim saying, I don't want to be there, I'm leaving. It was a discussion that took place over, a decent amount of time to figure out what's best for everybody involved. And, it was a conclusion that we came to. It wasn't an easy conclusion for anybody.
York and general manager Trent Baalke wouldn't say what the philosophical differences were, but York made it clear why he thought the season was a failure.
Our mission is very simple. The San Francisco 49ers win with class. We haven't won, and I don't think we've conducted ourselves with the level of class that I expect of our organization. We've had off-the-field issues. That's going to happen in sports. The level that it's happened here is not acceptable.
York said he wants a football teacher to be the next head coach and set the bar pretty high in the process.
We expect to win the Super Bowl every year.
And is
that is our goal.
So what if that coach doesn't win the Super Bowl in the first couple of years?
And then we're going to have to figure out if that's the right fit.
All right, so here are some of the names reportedly on York's list. See if any of these guys just jump out at you. Cardinals defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, Seattle defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, current 49ers assistant Jim Tom Sula, and former 49ers assistant Mike Shanahan. Whoever it is, Jim Harbaugh will be a tough act to follow.
He's going to have pretty much everything that Jim Harbaugh had because he was good. He was really good. I mean, if you look at who we were, our identity in the beginning before Harbaugh even got here, I mean, we were pretty much nothing.
The Raiders reportedly reached out to Jim Harbaugh this morning before he told them about his plans to go to Michigan. Oakland now has to decide if interim head coach Tony Sparano did enough to keep his job. The Raiders won 3 of its last 6 games. Meantime, the ageless, actually he's 38, Charles Woodson was the Raiders' defensive MVP this season. He grabbed 4 interceptions, 60 for his career, and says he wants to come back next year.
No doubt. I mean, the crazy thing is that I still feel like I can get better.
I said it as soon as I got out of the shower. I said, give me one more wood. And I don't know if you heard me or not, but I just keep saying it here and there. But, yeah, he's a great player, man.
Hey, that's a stack of pizza pies delivered by running back Frank Gore, who made a surprise visit to the 49er media workroom today. This is for all the media corps that covered him over his 10-year career. Just a way of just saying thanks as he was emotional walking off the field.
Yeah, I cried today because when I first got here, I was 21, 10 years, and never been in this situation. Always was under contract, and knowing that this could be my last game here, it was tough.
He's a free agent, but he's got a lot of gas in that tank.
Bring him back.
Oh, yeah.
All right, for news throughout the evening, latest on KPIX.com.
Straight ahead in sports, Jim Harbaugh riding a wave of maize and blue.
I make no guarantees.
His previous boss on the defense.
I mean, you've asked me that like 17 times already.
And arguably the Bay Area's biggest superstar was in a giving mood. I'll connect the dots in 10 minutes. All right, football up top. And as a younger man, Jim Harbaugh said he dreamed about being Michigan football head coach. And today, as many Wolverine fan alums would say, go blue.
They dumped Gatorade over me on Sunday after our ball game, and I've lost my vocal cords a little bit.
His voice was hoarse, but his message was clear. Jim Harbaugh took the job because he loves Michigan football, and the fans expressed their love during halftime of the basketball game.
I'm wondering how comfortable or uncomfortable you are with this perception that you're the savior of Michigan football.
I'm not comfortable with that at all.
Harbaugh is comfortable with the paycheck, a $5 billion annual base salary with loads of incentives. Times have certainly changed in Ann Arbor since he guaranteed a win over Ohio State in the 80s.
I guarantee we'll beat Ohio State this Saturday, and we'll be in Pasadena on January 1st.
No, I make no guarantees. I made a guarantee a long time ago, and I've learned from that. I've grown.
There are some who say his personality is the reason he spent no more than 4 years at any coaching job.
How do you feel your personality translates to the college game?
I feel like it's the only personality I have. You know? The other ones were all taken.
In Ann Arbor, imitation is truly the most sincere form of flattery.
Was that young Michigan Daily reporter that was at the airport last night?
No, that was not me.
Where's that young man? That was you. Heck of a job. Heck of a job. Well, there's a go-getter right there.
Hey, smiles at Michigan, sighs in Santa Clara for 49ers CEO Jed York on the ropes and on the defense at questions zeroing in on how he could possibly let go of a man with the 5th best winning percentage in the history of the National Football League. Go. He went 17 minutes with KNBR morning show host Brian Murphy. Here's a sample.
You guys were winning at a historic clip, and you've chosen to go the other way. How can you justify that?
I mean, you've asked me that like 17 times already. This was a mutual decision between Jim and I. I don't know what else to tell you.
Circling back, I think the last 4 years have been a very acceptable product that you guys have now chosen willingly to dismiss, and that gets back to
We have not chosen willingly to dismiss.
Yeah, you have.
No, we haven't.
New York Daily News is reporting former Jets coach Rex Ryan will interview with the 49ers. The Falcons are also on his schedule. 50, 46, and 50 in his 6 seasons with the Jets. Baseball, more love for Giants. Madison Bumgarner named today the Associated Press Male Athlete of the Year. Bumgarner, Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw, and Derek Jeter finished 1, 2, 3 in the voting. And before the Warriors host the Sixers tonight, Steph Curry yesterday hosted his annual Feed the Children food giveaway over in Oakland. 400 boxes of food handed out. Last year's League Community Assist Award winner keeps on going. We had a moment. How many shots does it take before you realize in your mind, yeah, I'm on tonight?
Just one. Maybe sometimes as soon as you walk on the floor, you can feel it's going to be a good night or that you're in rhythm or what have you. But I always tell people, regardless if I've missed 50 in a row or make 50 in a row, the next one I think is going in. So that never changes.
All right, so the Warriors running with the Sixers tonight. Tip-off at 7:30. Expected for the Warriors to kind of roll over through this one.
Should beat them. Come on.
Highlights and story on the Late Show. Oh, by the way, at Levi Stadium, the Foster Farms Bowl will be underway tonight.
That's right.
Stanford, a 2-touchdown favorite to roll the Maryland Terrors.
Might want to bundle up, huh? Even in Santa Clara.
Yeah, just a little.
All right. For news throughout the evening, latest always on KPIX.com.